you didn't got any NIT or IIT, but you are still at a place where NITians and IITians also dream to be.
Every newspaper had our picture, and you cannot imagine, not one, not two, but every newspaper across the three states having our picture, the best in the skill that you are learning. That is something that is important. There are a lot in the market, there are a lot of skills, there are a lot of talents, but how should I distinguish myself to the others?
So, hello and welcome back to Blog Talks. It's our episode, and with us we have Mr. Sourav Bera. He's an Microsoft employee right now. He's an Smart India Hackathon winner. He's an Smart Odisha Hackathon winner. He's IEEE, flagship member, and much more. I have Saurav. When I was, going through your, is it okay if I call you Saurav?
Definitely, go ahead.
When I was going through your LinkedIn profile, I was just shocked that how a person can do so many things at a similar time. कैसे कर लेते हो sir?
Hey, thanks, Junaid. Thanks for so interesting, introduction. I would say did not happen it did not happen in a single day, or it did not happen all parallelly. It was one after one that it went. And जैसे आप start करोगे तो फिर over the period of journey things
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
paved. A roadmap gets paved for you.
Uh,
So that's the key.
First of all, thanks for coming to our podcast. It's an honor to host you, and it's an honor for me to host this podcast with you. I, to be honest, I just requested for this podcast that I want to host this with this man. I want to learn
It's
something.
pleasure all mine. All pleasure mine. Yeah.
So starting with the basic details, since मैंने तो थोड़ा introduction दे दिया आपका, but ये तो थोड़ा सा introduction है. Please tell us something about yourself.
Interesting. I love to hear this question at the first, and I love to answer that as well. So, hey everyone, my name is Sourav Bera, and I'm a solution architect at Microsoft. Now, when a solution architect might be a new role for you, so just in a layman's term, just like a civil architect designs a building for you and understands and designs the building well so that it is resilient across all the different scenarios. A solution architect designs a software that is meant to run scalably, as flexibility, and with all the requirements that it needs to cater. So that's a layman understanding of the role. But yeah, it's very interesting. And apart from my role at Microsoft, I am a 2023 graduate, and I love participating in a lot of hackathons. Yes, as called out by Junaid, I have been winner of few of them, and few of the prestigious ones. Really happy about it. At the same time, I'm also a researcher. I'm a hackathon jury. I am a community speaker. I also attend a lot of community events. It's not just about speaking, but also learning from others. And that's why I love networking, and that's where I'm over here to also connect with you folks. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm super active there. And Just to give you a quick idea, I am also a avid chess player. So if you wanna have one to one, would love to catch up.
I guess we should record this podcast while playing chess. That would be a better option.
Yeah.
But I know I'm gonna lose.
No, it's not like that. It's always it's always something to learn. Yeah, each trial.
So you earlier said that you are a graduate from 2023, right? And you
Yeah.
are in Microsoft right now from a year, I guess.
Yes.
So you after you left your college, you joined Microsoft.
Yes. So I'm in college hire at Microsoft. Yes.
So आप किस कॉलेज में थे?
So that's an interesting story. I belong to, I belong to the state of Odisha, and I did my engineering from the capital city, that's Bhubaneswar. The college is called as Institute of Technical Education and Research. That's one of the colleges among many in Bhubaneswar. And okay, so I mean, the journey from there to Microsoft is very astonishing. There's a lot of stories behind, and would love to share going forward as we move ahead with the podcast.
When you joined your college through JW or something else?
Okay, so yeah, as an aspirant, as a JE aspirant, I have been trying out for JE Advanced and JE Mains. I did appear for JE Advanced as well, and I mean, I would say 11th and 12th, I did a lot of practice for JE Mains and JE Advanced, but I mean, I wouldn't say it. Unfortunately, but I could not make it to the government
But
colleges.
does that matter right now?
To the NITs or IITs. I would like to comment on that as well. But okay, now so I landed in college, which is private, but yet I consider it good because that's where my journey was paved. When I joined, I really did not knew how things would go, and I didn't. I was really, kind of disappointed with my performance because I wanted to see myself in some sort of an NIT or an IIT, if not a government college. So, that was something very disappointing. But I mean, right, if you have at least a beam of light amidst the dark, you kind of go ahead and move towards a beam of light. So a single ray of hope within the college gave me the path to a lot of opportunities. Mentors upcoming, mentors changing, a lot of new things to explore, not a lot of new things to learn, and so on and so forth. Came the achievements as well. So yeah.
So I guess I should say like this, that everything is written earlier than you born.
Yeah.
You didn't got any NIT or IIT, but you are still at a place where NITians and IITians also dream to be.
Quite fortunate enough for that, yeah. And I do work with people who are from IITs and NITs. When I talk to them, I discuss with them. Yeah, that's a very interesting conversation. So yes.
Quite a good thing. So talking about your college journey, how did it went?
So I would say it like this. My college journey was no less than a roller coaster. And why so? Let me just summarize it like this. Okay, so I started off with my the first day in the college, attending an orientation by a club called as Codex. Now, this is most like a development community wherein people develop projects, participate in hackathons, so on and so forth. You won't believe me, in the first day of the orientation, I was introduced with terms like hackathon, I would say sprint coding, what not, and they were using a lot of jargons. Now, this actually, even at that point in time, they call a telegram. Hey, we'll send a link for the next event at on telegram. Yeah.
What happened to me? I'm from Kashmir. When I
Okay.
came to Delhi and joined my college, they were like कि societies होती है यहाँ पे. I was like कि society क्या ही होती है? कश्मीर में तो ये culture ही नहीं है. And when I came and joined the college and I was staying in orientation of this camps blocks, then they started saying that हम आपको coding सिखाएंगे, हम आपको hackathon, हम आपको dev. I was like, what is dev folio? What is hackathon? What are they talking about? But later on, I must say that societies give you a lot of experience, a lot of network.
Right. I can't agree to this more because my journey, everything that inception, the inception of my journey started off with these clubs, and again, I had also ended with the clubs, and it's still going on. The community, the journey never ends, right? So you still go on, and you still leverage as well as support the clubs in the ways you can, and that's the journey how things go. So just to summarize, I was so noob at that time point, and this is the wrong word to say on a public forum, but yeah, I was that noob to at that point in time to understand these terms, did not knew much about it, and you can understand from there to participating in Smart India Hackathon in the very first year of the college, to publishing a research paper in the very first year of college, it was not an easy transformation. It wasn't a easy transformation. So and again, for the years coming by, I just saw a steep graph of growing and learning amidst the other students who were there in my college, and that kind of gave me a shining star badge for professors to recognize that, hey, this guy is doing something that is extraordinary than the others, while there were also other folks who are doing equally well. But I mean, the key over there was, I would say, was the edge that, apart from the academic studies, not only the academic studies very important and something that you should consider, but apart from academic studies, I was also doing a lot of other things that gave me as an edge into my profile. And that's where you see those things coming up in your in my LinkedIn profile. Yeah.
Once I'm done with this podcast, I'm gonna share this link with my father and tell him that not only JE, not only NIT and IIT people are gonna be successful in their lives.
Definitely. I mean, that's a proper epitome, and that's a proper example. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are many
So,
like
talking about Microsoft, look, it's quite obedient thing that quite an obvious thing that Microsoft has affected your professional career. But what about the personal life? Has it affected your personal life in a better way, in a good way?
actually a good question, and something that I haven't heard as of now, but something that I would really love to share. Okay, uh, my journey, as in when I was in college, there was a lot of things that also did concern. Okay, meanwhile I was doing my job, I was doing my part of the work that I should be there. I should be as a student, that is academics plus co-curriculars. There's a lot of setbacks that I had faced, and that's something not perfect forum to discuss. But in terms of an individual or personal level, there were a lot of setbacks that I faced. Now, when I joined Microsoft, I would say things changed slowly. Things changed slowly. The perception of people, the perception of friends, the perception of professors, as well as the person of the society that I live in, changed drastically. Now people have much more confidence, much more, I would say, not respect, but at least, I mean, a sign or that this guy can do something that's extra. I mean, extraordinary from the rest. That's something that is number one, and that's something that I am really passionate about. But not only that, but I mean, at a personal level, I mean, obviously at a career level it's a great boost, but at a personal level as well, Microsoft has a great role to play. I'll give you some instances and example through a story. So okay, now I'll just tell you a story like this. I was in Mumbai, and I lost my phone. There are a lot of theft cases in Mumbai, and I mean in big metro cities usually. Now it was 11 p.m. in the, I mean, at night, and I really was totally alone. Could not get a support or something like that. The first thing that I did is calling out my parents. The second that I did is calling out the reception at Microsoft. And you won't trust me. I mean, my parents being at Jharkhand could not really help me other than the advisory that they can provide, and that was again helpful. But you cannot believe, during within half an hour, I got immediate people reaching out to me. I mean, with physical aids, uh, people taking me to I mean, police station to lodge their fire, as well as dropping me back to home. That's the importance. That's the value that an organization also plays, apart from the work that you do. I think that's very important as well. When you are into an emergency situation, the the place that you are spending most of your day, or I would say a great part of your life, I mean, they should also be equally supportive to you in your critical situations, right? And I mean, that's the thing about supporting each other in the good and bad scenarios. So yeah, in personal life as well, it has a great role to play.
Obviously, a few days back, I was just scrolling on YouTube and I saw a shorts coming over there. There was some guy who was in graduate from IIT Mumbai, I guess. So what he was saying that his mother was in Europe, So in Europe, she was carrying some 300 euros in cash with her. So she lost it. What she did was she called her son that I have lost my money and all that. Her son was in India, and he's saying that I just dropped a one message in my alumni network of IIT Bombay, and within half an hour, a guy came to her mother and gave her some cash, dropped her to her flat or apartment, whatever. So this is the network you build at such places.
Right, right. And there's something that is inevitable. I mean, at any situations, at any scenarios, be it in your career, be it in your personal life, people, you never know, people will be very helpful to you. The only thing is that you need to reach out to the right people. Yeah.
I was going through your, this LinkedIn, and I saw you have more than 10K followers on LinkedIn. So it's a question like this: that have you focused on LinkedIn from the very beginning of your college, or just in the middle of your college?
I would say yes. LinkedIn. I did mention about a code. I mean, a college community, right? That's where they had a huge emphasis on setting up your GitHub account as well as LinkedIn account, maintaining your LinkedIn account, regularly updating your LinkedIn account. That's where the practice of updating the LinkedIn account with whatever things you're doing was very prevalent within me. Trust me, in the final year of college, when I had a lot of time, and I was in a state wherein I could do much more things. That's where the journey with the LinkedIn also ramped up quickly. I was quite active to share my insights, my journeys, and my stories, my learnings with the community worldwide, and that's where the journey of the followers as well as the journey of growing onto LinkedIn started. And this is something that I'm trying to replicate with my other platforms as well. And this, I mean, okay, now you would ask me that, hey, why do you require these followers, or why do you need to connect with people on LinkedIn? That's number one. You called out, right? You are there in a state of an emergency, or someone else in your, close by or relative is in a state of an emergency. You need help, and you are in a state where you don't know anything. that's that's a possible scenario. You get a lot of help from people even you don't know about them, right? There could be other scenarios as well. When you connect with a lot of people, there is a mutual sharing of knowledge that happens, right? I share my knowledge. I also get a lot of feedbacks. I also get a lot of inputs from people, and that helps me revamp myself, improve myself to a better version of what I am today.
Yeah, that's obviously a better feature of it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, just a random question: was Microsoft your dream company?
Okay. Good question. So I will be very frank, and just you can quote me. I'll be as true as possible. I never knew that I'll land into Microsoft. Even for my college, uh, Microsoft does not visit for the role that I am into. Okay, so never knew that I will land into Microsoft. Neither did I knew that I would be one among the top. A student to crack a placement offer within my college, so on and so forth. But what I knew is that since I am good on my career journey, since I am on my growth journey, I'll land somewhere where I can at least make a good ROI of the investment that I made into my college. That was the key thing. This was the mindset that was there within me. So जितना मैंने दिया उससे ज़्यादा मेरे को लेना है, ठीक है, कॉलेज से. That was number one. Second thing was this, that hey, I know that I'm doing well. There's a lot of scope. There's a lot of opportunities that I can explore. Uh, I really did not knew until the day that I interviewed for Microsoft. The first interview, the first set of role that I was interviewing, I got rejected for it. Okay, and this was my second role that I got interviewed for. Uh, and I was very fortunate for this. I trust me, there's a different story all around this, but and I've shared it on a lot of podcasts. But just to summarize, this was my second role that I was interviewing to, and trust me, by the time I was interviewing for the second role, I had in my mind कि हाँ अब जब मैं Microsoft के लिए interview कर रहा हूँ, then I have to make through it at any cost by hook or crook. That is something that was in my mind. But before that, trust me, before that, even a month before that, I never knew that I will land into Microsoft. And even the interview rounds were so ad hoc. I did not get much time to prepare for it. I mean, it was just less than a week or so that I had time to prepare. I did not get any space in my mind to think about कि अब मेरे को जाना है नहीं जाना है, so on and so forth. It was all about कि prepare करना है. So that's all.
प्रिपेयर करना है, फिर देखते क्या होगा। एन एन इंजीनियर माइंडसेट कि देखते हैं क्या होगा आगे।
Exactly, exactly.
So, apart from studies, how was your college life?
Okay. I would
You
say
were you were in hostel, I guess.
I was in hostel and I did enjoy my college life to the fullest extent, definitely. Okay, and I did miss that those days, those hostel days for sure. That's something that students should cherish the most. Trust me, these 4 years are the golden years that you can enjoy, you can entertain yourself, you can also explore a lot of things. So I would say just like any other student, it was similar, but it was also very a dislike as well. Why? I was there. I was chilling out. I was hanging out with my friends. I did a lot of, I did a lot of funny things that were there in my hostel. But at the same time, I took, definite time apart from myself, wherein I focused upon growing myself. Okay. So, talking about my college life, I was, okay, it was just like that. I had a proper calendar. I had made a schedule that this is my schedule. Within this period of time span, I'll focus on my growth. This is the time that I'll totally devote myself to the chatting around, the I mean playing around, and using your time for leisure. So that's how I bifurcated my day, and trust me, this worked really well for me. So I'll talk about the first half. Usually academics, projects, research, hackathons, teamwork, so on and so forth. The stories used to continue, and multiple things going on parallel. The level of stress that I had was similar to the, I would say, similar to the work that I do currently. Okay, so you can understand that. But that was not hectic for me at that point in time. It was not at all hectic for me. I love to do so because the way I worked it around it, and okay. So when you work on something that is isolated, something that you are working solely, you get more bored. When you have friends around, when you have a team around to work, you discuss a lot of things, and you also, have leisure time with them. So that becomes very interesting for you. It was a scenario for me. Each time that I engaged in a research project, anything that I engaged in a hackathon, it was always a team, and the team was never the same. So folks changed, new folks came in, team changed, the entire team would change up. But uh, I did enjoy a lot of through the process. So yeah.
Talking about hackathons, how was our one? Hack blocks.
Wow, that was really good one, I would say. So best part of it, my key takeaway was the diverse nature, and since the people were from different colleges and communities, the best part of it was the diverse nature of students as well as the diverse nature of ideas that they came up with. So for sure, I do encourage people or college communities, college all throughout, to bring up these sort of an hackathons. This gives a lot of exposure for you guys. Why? You think about a project, you build upon a project, but do you also make an effort to learn from somebody else's project? Do you check out what others made, and can you extract some idea, talk to them, build upon and network with them? The next time that you think that, hey, this guy is a really champ on a particular technology, can I participate with him the next time? And since people are across colleges, you have much more diverse talent coming to that space. So something that I think people could have leveraged much better. And for sure the hackathon was a real success. So kudos to me for that.
I mean, it was the first hackathon that was conducted by our club.
Wow.
and we got to learn a lot of things from it.
But I would say it was quite flawless throughout throughout the event. So at least for me, I could not find any flaws. So I mean, kudos to the entire team who organized it. And for the first time, definitely it sets up. I mean, a pat on your back. So yeah.
Thank you so much. So moving forward, टॉकिंग अबाउट स्मार्ट सो आपने पहले स्मार्ट इंडिया हैकाथॉन जीता कि आपने पहले स्मार्ट ओडिशा हैकाथॉन जीता?
Okay, interesting. So, Smart Odisha Hackathon was in fourth year of the college. The final year जब मेरे को पास बहुत टाइम था कुछ भी नहीं करने का था and Smart India Hackathon very first of the year of the college when I was so noob that मेरे को Python भी से नहीं आता
फर्स्ट
था
ईयर?
first year of the college. First year of the college, the team of six, with all second year and third year folks, me being the only in the first year. And meanwhile, when we won, I mean, astonishingly, people kind of, I mean, judged my potential कि ये first year का guy ने क्या किया होगा उसमें. But trust me, I mean, I handled a huge part of it. I mean, 6 months dedicatedly, the team worked very hard, and everyone was given a particular tech stack, was handling the machine learning part, and that was something that we further, I mean, improvised upon. We after the hackathon, we published a research journal on top of it, so you can understand the novelty of the project that it had. uh, Smart India Hackathon wasn't an easy thing. 6 months rigor. College was quite supportive. We had the best part of it is, I won't comment on the team members, but the best part of it is on the professor who was guiding us. He was so passionate about it that on even on Sundays he used to connect with us, made sure that everyone is interested and aligned with the project and that's going on. So really, I mean, thankful to the professor who did guide on this, and I mean, I would say he was one of the key factor for our project to win. So yeah.
So as I earlier said that I'm from Kashmir, we didn't knew anything about the hackathon things. Right now I'm in second year. So in third year, if I wish to participate in Smart India Hackathon, what are the basic things that I should know, I should work upon to be a part of Smart India Hackathon and to get selected at inter-college level and then participate good at the national level?
So for Smart India Hackathon, the format remains the same. The first the hackathon happens internally at your college level. Once you qualify, a set of students get qualified at each college. Let's say 5 teams. Those 5 teams gives a proposal to the national, I mean, body who organizes the Smart India Hackathon. Now, among those proposal, let's say one proposal got selected per college, and it's rough estimate. It could be two, it could be three, or it could be none as well. Now, let's say three or none. I mean, one team got selected at the center level. You get to participate into the Central Smart India Hackathon, wherein you are invited to go to the center. There would be a center wherein you have your particular problem statement, and there are dedicated each single center for each problem statement. So for a problem statement, you would have 10 to 12 teams participating, and while you participate in the final hackathon, the entire travel, the stay, and something, everything, the food is being managed uh, by the government MHRD over here. Now, talking about the hackathon, the main hackathon, the college hackathon is just like your hack block hackathon that happened. The last year. Okay, but I'm talking about the main hackathon. It is more like your okay. Now it's very comprehensive. It's a 36-hour hackathon wherein there are multiple phases of uh, I mean, I would say elimination. Okay, so each round you get a set of questions. You need to answer those questions. You get a lot of feedbacks. You need to I mean, need to improvise on those feedbacks. Once I improvise, the juries, if get satisfied, they give us points. If they are not satisfied, they'll also ask you a set of questions. If you try to convince them, if they are satisfied, they again, I mean, based on those satisfaction level, they assign points, so on and so forth. Now these points are evaluated, and a set of teams already gets eliminated in the first round. okay, eliminated in the first round, sorry. And a set of teams which are not eliminated move to the next round, so on and so forth. There are 3 rounds altogether, or I would say 4 rounds altogether, wherein people are judging it. The jury members would come to you and would judge you. They would give you feedback. The key thing over here is to attend those feedbacks. The feedbacks are very important and something that they value upon. Let's say they give me a feedback that the UI needs to be improved, or let's say there is a language feature that needs to be implemented. I need to make sure that during that 36-hour hackathon, that feature must be implemented in an MVP format, or any form that is viable at that point in time. If that's something that's not doable, you have a proper reasoning for that. Now, they also do consider if you are not able to implement that particular feature, but you should have a proper reasoning, and that's where the scoring pattern works upon. And finally, after every rounds, you get around 5 teams participate in the final round, and finally they declare the winners. So that's a glory moment. And
It's an aura thing that when among the thousands of teams you come at national level and you won it, how's the feeling?
That was indeed amazing. Entire family cheering up for you, entire college cheering up for you, everyone. I mean, that's very overwhelming. That's really something that I still remember very well. Those images are kind of stuck within my mind till date, and I think it will remain forever. It's something that I'll cherish for the entire duration of my life. But again, let me share a fact with you. So, and this is one fact. We did not knew that we were the first team in the entire region of Odisha, West Bengal, and Jharkhand to win the Smart India Hackathon. The next day, every newspaper had our picture, and you cannot imagine, not one, not two, but every newspaper across the 3 states having our picture, that this guys with this particular institute were the first to win the national level Smart India Hackathon. So those paper clippings are still available with me. I mean, something that I really am fond about, because being in the first year and achieving this, I could not have imagined this. I could not still imagine that I mean, in the very first year of my college, I could have achieved such a great honor, and it was a really a great honor for me, because that was where my hackathon journey started. I mean, trust me, everyone ends up at Smart India Hackathon. I started off with Smart India Hackathon, and I mean, gradually went up to the other hackathons.
What I have usually seen in colleges is like the students when they join college, तो वो क्या करते हैं कि फर्स्ट ईयर में चिल करते हैं, सेकेंड ईयर में देख लेंगे, थर्ड ईयर में देख लेंगे. तो ये आपके अंदर ऐसा कौन सा मोटिवेशन था कि फर्स्ट ईयर में ही आपने स्मार्ट इंडिया हैकाथॉन फोड़ दिया?
So that was a similar scenario for me, and I mean, every students in my college had the same
टू बी
mindset. Second,
ऑनेस्ट, मैंने फर्स्ट
first year
ईयर में
chill करेंगे,
स्मार्ट इंडिया
second year
हैकाथॉन
में
नाम
हम
भी नहीं सुना था.
सेकेंड ईयर में भी हम थोड़ा कुछ नहीं करेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत छुएंगे, एंड देन थर्ड ईयर में आके प्लेसमेंट जब आती है, तब वी कैन विल आई मीन बम्प आवर हेड्स. फाइनल ईयर तक हम पूरा रगड़ेंगे, एंड फाइनली we'll move out of the college. So but as I said, right, I mean, the intention for me was to land in an IIT or an NIT. When I did not land there, was totally disappointed. I did not knew what is the next stage, or how will my life end up into. Will I be will I be able to make myself as what I want to be, or will I be able to support my family? Even that was something that was very important question to me, and I would say these were something that really pushed me along. Kind of, it was a self motivation within me that kind of pushed me along, and is still driving me. So I am pretty sure this is something that's common with everyone. You would have some or the other reason for why you are working, and let's say that's the propelling factor, right? I want to just
Obviously.
ignite, or just want that fire to be on the rest of my life, because that's very important for anyone. It's very important for me as well.
Obviously it is. I'm so much, I got so much motivated by whatever you said, that like this guy has cracked Smart India Hackathon in the first year of his college. This guy has cracked Microsoft just after leaving his college. These are some things that usually top 1% of the engineering guys are doing. And that
I can't
that
even know, I
from,
feel lucky on
it
that.
was, your college was tier 2 or tier 3 college.
It was a, I would say it was a tier two to tier three college, not that known, not that popular as well.
So doing such things from such a college are, quite miraculous.
Indeed, indeed.
Are there any, friends of your from the same college that have joined Microsoft?
Yes, we do have. So basically, our college, Microsoft comes to our college for consulting roles, and that's where this was the profound role that Microsoft have been coming for. I would say some good number of years. I mean, gradually enough, the role that I applied to was a pan India hiring, and I received a referral from my dean. That was something that was very important. I mean, even the placement officers were quite supportive to, I mean, facilitate the entire process, and that's where I mean, the journey to Microsoft was propelled. So, ideally, when you apply, I mean, I have been applying for multiple roles at multiple times, almost more than 50 times, but the visibility is something that's very key. That's very important for you. So I would say the skills and the visibility. So yeah, that's very important
Many
thing.
times I have heard this thing that there are, this recession चल रहा है, jobs नहीं मिल रही है, and mostly मैंने engineering stuff में ये सब सुना है. So is it like कि jobs है नहीं, or is it like कि jobs है but लोगों के पास skills नहीं है?
So I would say the market has become very competitive now. अब उतने easily jobs नहीं मिलते हैं. You have to I have to really struggle to get a job, or somebody has to really do a lot of mashakat to get into something. So the idea behind is that I would say the market was down for a certain period of time, but again the market is up and booming now. I would say it's not booming, but it is open to talents, and that's where the applying or reaching out to the right opportunity, getting the right talent for companies is very important. They are hiring, but they are in a selective hiring mode right now. So I mean, both of them, the right approach or reaching out to the right opportunity is very important, again with a set sort of skill sets. If you don't have any skill sets, that could be again a problem for you.
स्टूडेंट आई कम टू एंड मैं आपको ये बोल दूं कि सर, मैं ऐसे कॉलेज से हूँ, मैं सेकेंड ईयर में हूँ, मैंने उतनी मेहनत नहीं किया फर्स्ट ईयर में, बट मैं माइक्रोसॉफ्ट जाना चाहता हूँ और मेरे कॉलेज में माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आता नहीं है, तो ऑफ कैंपस ही होगा. मुझे ना एक लिस्ट ऑफ द स्किल्स और समथिंग बोल दो कि मैं वो कर लूँ. हार्ड वर्क डेडिकेशन वो मैं कर लूंगा, आप मेरे को एक गाइडेंस दे दो.
Okay. This is the most common question I received. So ठीक है, I'll answer it like this. Now, even if you're in third year or final year, there's no, I mean, no right time to start. The right time to start is the day that you realize the same thing, and this it's never too late. It's totally, I mean, within I've seen people in fourth year as well who have just started and cracked. I mean, humongous companies. Okay? So it is never a fact that hey, I've started too late. Will I be able to do? It's always the up start get up. Let's get started. Let's not see left and right, and just get started. That's number one. Second, is there a proper roadmap? Well, I would say roadmap could be on data such as an algorithm, but the roadmap could be on the core subjects, but roadmap can never be on development. Okay, so when you talk about the gigantic tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, or any other company as well, any MNCs in the market, they already have almost all of the tech stacks. So be it even if you are applying, if you are someone who works on Swift, if you are someone who is working on .NET, even if you're someone who is working on Go, Microsoft has all these tech stacks. When you talk about Google and Amazon, it would be similar. I'm pretty sure .NET might not be the scenario, but at least the popular languages Java, Python, C, Go. Go is something that I mean heavily is being used by almost all of the organizations. So yes, there's no proper roadmap, but I would say be the best in the skill that you are learning. That is something that is important. There are a lot in the market, there are a lot of skills, there are a lot of talents, but how should I distinguish myself to the others? It's only when I have a distinguished skill, right? I have the a different level of expertise which might not be there with somebody else. So I would say to be there in any of these companies, a distinguished profile is something that would be a key, and I've seen this happening for my peers as well.
So it's like that, in whatever skill you are learning, just be best in it.
Just be best in it. It can be one, it can be two, but I suggest you can only be one best in one skill and not two. If you try to diversify yourself, you become a jack of all, master of none. You should be a master of one. You can also be a jack of all. Even that is also a good option. But ideally, I what I see as working. I mean, very frankly speaking, in my college, I've been a jack of all. So and a master of none, one or two. But I mean, it really helps if you are a master of one or two. It can be depending on your capacity. But what I'm trying to emphasize is you should be a master in a skill that you are applying to. Whatever you pitch is something that you should know it thoroughly. It should not be like that, hey मैंने इतना तो किया, मैंने इस कोर्स से पढ़ा, मैंने इतना तो किया और इसके बाद का नहीं आता है. That cannot be a proper reasoning for you. This is the simple thing.
Since apart from Smart India Hackathon or any other big hackathon, if I'm participating in a hackathon like as arts hack blogs, do you feel like कि ये आपकी CV में थोड़ा boost दे देता है?
Of course, it does. Any hackathon, any inter-college hackathon, or even an intra-level college hackathon does add. And again, how what is the value of those boosts could depend on the value of the hackathon or the level of the hackathon. But but for me, yes, it does add a lot of value. And कुछ नहीं होने से तो कुछ अच्छा है ना. So yeah.
Right. So what was this? Once मैं 12th में जब था तो मेरा मेडिकल भी था और मैथ भी था. So उसी टाइम पे एआई आ गया. So I was like एआई आ रहा है और लोग बोल रहे हैं इंजीनियर्स की जॉब खाई जा रही है एआई ने. आई वाज इन बिट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन कि मैं इंजीनियरिंग में जाऊं, मैं मेडिकल में जाऊं, मैं क्या करूं. So do you feel like that AI has somehow created a fuss in the jobs of engineering?
Okay, okay, and I'll be very clear on this. Yes, I did think to a certain extent when when AI come initially. Okay, and this was mostly due to I was not practicing AI. Okay, I did not knew कि क्या कर सकते हैं इसके through, even what, and still I would say the journey is still continuing. It's never कि मैं expert हूँ AI में or I have explored everything. Still I'm learning a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I think I can learn. ठीक है, but journey has started and journey is still going on. So and I do also preach about it. So and I see the differences. So when I initially thought, I used to think, यार ये क्या हो रहा है ये, why do people bring this thing? I don't want it. As simple as I was comfortable, I will just go ahead with that, learning those skills. Why do you need AI in this? But now the when I mean I would say this transformation has happened in Microsoft. Now again, working with these peers, working with the people who are working on AI and day in and out. One day I just asked them, कि क्यों इतना hype क्यों हो रहा है? Why do you require this sort of hype? And why are you preaching so much of Copilot? Chat GPT, so on and so forth. Chat GPT, so we also use, but I mean that could be for a specific use case, getting answers for your question, right? But why do you need Copilot to a so why do you need to use Copilot to a so great extent? Why does organization need Azure OpenAI? Okay, or OpenAI as a service? Why do organizations building their own custom LLMs? I did ask, literally ask this question to him, and that's where he said, "You will only, know this once you, I mean, start using those services." Okay, let me just, answer to your question. So, okay, there was a lot of fuzz going on initially, but that's where Microsoft also introduces some courses, okay, on Copilot. I was, I did not find any value into that, but I just got started with it. Tried identifying how it can be used into my day-to-day life. Now you would say कि day life में तो मैं भी use कर रहा हूँ या question and answers कर रहा हूँ, right? But how can you use Copilot to automate the work that you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Let's say I have to reply to a customer, okay, or let's say I have to provide a summarized notes. Initially I had to record those notes, write it to an email. There could be a lot of language, spelling errors, spell checks, so on and so forth, right? Grammatical errors, so on and so forth. Now everything is something that can be done within 2 seconds by just AI using Copilot, right? This one thing that I used to do every day in the morning, I had to check through a long list of emails. Copilot, just integrate Copilot into a workflow and give the access to all your emails. That can be easily done with a no GUI, no code interface, only through the GUI. And Copilot can fetch all your, summarize all your Outlook emails. Even that's possible within your work Copilot as well. Okay, it's working in the similar fashion in the background. Now talking about this, these are Copilot, right? The Copilot, ठीक है, अब मैं Copilot use कर रहा हूँ, I'm okay with it. What about developing my own AI models? Now, for someone who does not have an expertise with AI, application of AI can be a great, use case or something that they can learn about. But as a developer, learning about how I can leverage or how I can customize these AI models is something also very important. I do participate in a lot of hackathons, right? And when you are participating in hackathons, you would see the problem statements around AI. For me, particularly, learning these AI services has been very important and something that I also use these days. So it's more upon my dependency being created on AI. And I genuinely, answering to your question, I deflected, sorry, but answering to your question, it's not, capturing jobs. It's not neither capturing the and opportunities for you. It's rather for you. See, there are people who are ignorant of AI. Okay? There are people who are, who know that AI exists and can be used, but they are not using it. And the other people are key, who leverage AI. ठीक है? So you need to identify कि कौन सा position में आपको होना है. Somebody who knows कि AI can be used but he's not using, even that's fine. But being ignorant of AI is the worst part of it. If you don't know कि AI क्या कर सकता है and you are learning something that it can be done with AI, just imagine कि आपका productivity वहाँ पे zero हो जा रहा है. AI can replace you, but it's not about replacing, but it's about कि AI can act as a co-pilot for you. You be the first pilot who is driving the plane, but AI can be your personal assistant.
Yes.
As simple as that. So it can be, it can be identified as multiple other ways, but for me it's like an assistant to me that helps my day-to-day work. So yeah, and the journey is
So
still going on.
yeah.
The learning
So as we
journey is
come to the end of this podcast, what is the one piece of advice for those people who will be, watching this episode of ours?
okay. It should be like this. And for sure, consistency, dedication, and hard work is the key to everything. Okay. But hard work with smart work is also very important. Just कोल्हू के बैल की तरह काम करने से नहीं होता है. These days the market has become very very competitive, very very intelligent. People are very intelligent. If you don't do smart work, maybe you are missing out the opportunities that are also available. So try to keep your eyes open. Reach out to mentors, something that I also started. So reach out to mentors, seek help from them. um, something that you might not know might come up, and identify how they are doing so, and try to replicate the same thing that works for you.
Okay. So with this, we come to the end of our podcast. Saurav, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thanks,
sharing
Sunil.
your
It was
story. It
I mean,
really
interesting and a
motivated me.
meaningful conversation. Yeah,
Thank you, and we hope to see you in Hackblocks 2.0.
definitely. Looking forward, and looking forward for all the viewers to join as, I mean, to the Hackbox as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.